You are in for a treat today because we're already talking. There's no controlling this table. I'm going to let you know right now. Thank you for joining us here on Something to Talk About. I want to introduce to you some people that I want to be exactly like. This is Julie Holwitz. Hello there, Julie. This is Joe Borhoff. They're both from, she's from Texas, she's in San Diego, and everybody knows Linda Titan Outrageous, who is from here. And
all my life.
All your life. And so these ladies come in, well, I know that you don't come in as often as Joe does, but
I used to.
yeah. When you were living in San Diego or
here.
just,
Yeah.
It's going to be a conversation at a table full of Cotimpica, and Julie's going to dunk some stuff when the coffee comes. But I wanted to bring these ladies together because it's Liberation 75, and there are reasons why people come from these places where you call home and come back to the motherland, right? And you guys are so active in the Chamorro community on the West Coast, and now you in Texas. So I wanted to just kind of have you guys here, and Linda is here for moral support because that's how friends do it, right?
That's how I roll these days.
Yeah, she's like, I'm from here, I don't belong. I'm like, no,
yes, you do.
In this conversation, let's start with you, Julie, because you were, I met you through mutual friends, your relatives here. And well, tell your family first. I know I've loved her since too. Yeah. Tell everybody your family on Guam first. Okay. Because Holwitz is not a good Chamorro last name. Sorry.
She's from Ansfield.
My mother is a Gogui Peñalina, and what is it? What's that family name that?
The family name, like the what's
I don't think Gogui has
a family name. Gogui sounds like a family name already.
Yeah, I know.
Like familiar.
But I know with the Peñalina, and you know, with the Kotla. The
Kotla.
Yeah, Kotla. Okay. Yeah.
And then.
You guys, so you grew up here. Now you were a Miss something.
Raised.
This is how I knew her. I got to know her. It's usually through Facebook. Like I saw you were a Miss what? You were a Miss.
Okay, so I had just come back from school in Honolulu, and in 1963, I was asked by our village to run. Uncle Pete Roberto came to my dad and asked if I could run for Miss Guam Liberation. And I'm like, no. But it ended up, I did. And that was the year Lucille Flores won.
Okay.
And Jane Aflawee was the royal princess.
Okay.
And so there were so many of us, 18 villages, whatever. So anyway, I ended up being a princess. And my dad drove me in the parade in my Rambler, brand new Rambler that he got me for my 16th birthday.
Who did that back in the
Hello, my father did.
Yeah. You had a good father. You had a good father.
But he taught me how to drive Windward Hills, coming down.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. So,
Well, then if you could tackle Windward Hills, you could tackle anything. Right.
Oh, yeah.
So you're coming back on the 75th as a former contestant or a village representative for Liberation, like a princess.
But not just that.
Yeah.
My biological father was a liberator.
Oh, cool.
That's how he met my mother. He came to Guam, fought the fight, and met my mother, fell in love. And a year later, they gave me life.
Wow.
Thank you, Lord. You know, it's been a very good, blessed life.
Yeah.
And they never married. He had to go, and she didn't want to follow because back then there were relatives that were following, but they were brown-skinned and prejudice him, back there. So she's like, I'm not going there. But they stayed connected, corresponded and all that, till I was like almost a year old. Then he had to ship out, and she said it's not going to work because I'm never going to leave the island. And so anyway, but it was all good. I went to his funeral. I never knew him. My daughter found him, so we went.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what made you go to, did you move to San Diego? Because you got married, right?
We got married on Guam.
Yeah, you and your husband. Tell everybody who your husband.
1964, my husband is John Holwitz. He was,
you guys were hot, man.
Right?
You guys were hot. I got to say. You were hot. And then you moved back to...
No, but we were classmates at GW before Typhoon.
Yeah.
And then I got the split, right? Ended up at Tumon High. But we were classmates at civics class. Mr. Higgins, I'll never forget, tall, handsome teacher. But anyway, so we got married in 1964. We moved to San Mateo, Bay Area.
Okay.
Because my cousin Maggie was living there at the time doing the Ponce School of Beauty for hair. And so she got us an empty apartment below her in San Mateo, and we moved over there with nothing, right? And my husband did not want me to work. So I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. Long story short, I snuck a newspaper one day. He was out working already, and I looked. Dalma Victor was hiring, so aerospace. I got to work as an executive secretary, Apollo 11, Apollo. Girl,
Wow, there's an
building the
anniversary
antenna.
today.
Yes,
Isn't that bizarre?
oh, it
Today's
was
the
awesome.
anniversary.
it was awesome. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
It was awesome. So did that.
Wow.
And then Angie, I don't know, Hope Cristobal.
Yeah.
Her sister Angie, brother Ray, they all moved to California. They stayed with us until they got situated. But Angie ended up working at Dalma Victor also. So, you know, it was like two Chamorros and Randy Carbolito. He was there already. It was really nice.
Wow.
It was awesome.
So you guys, you've stayed ever since, and
Yeah.
like Joe, I don't know what your story is, but if you don't know her, she's actually Mrs. Sackman.
Yeah, right?
Segment, yeah.
Mrs.
Mrs.
Sackman,
Sackman.
because of your husband.
Because of my husband, and he should really be here, not me, but this is for the girls.
He already had his turn.
Right, it's my
I
turn.
called
Yeah,
her.
that's okay because we don't ever hear from you because he's always the
He's
one that's
always
there.
the one.
Yeah, he's always on the
Yeah.
radio.
He told you that you were invited.
Yes,
oh,
he
not
did.
him.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what he
I
told me.
met this
Yeah.
girl in
That's right.
1994
Okay.
at the Guam Club. My
Why so
Tracy-
late?
My Tracy was, they
Your
had
daughter
asked her
Tracy.
to run for the Miss Liberation at the Guam Club.
And we're so active there.
But we had already lived there like since '85, and we weren't, you know.
Connected still?
Yeah.
But then
Ever
that happened.
since.
Her niece was running, my Tracy was running, and
It
you know,
was
since
beautiful.
then it was like we've known each other all our lives.
Wow.
It was
so
just
beautiful.
We did so many things together, and you know, we don't see each other that much anymore. But when we do, it's like it was
It's like nothing,
yesterday.
Yes,
right? Is that so you want to tell us how you
So
got
I wanted
to it?
her here to hold my hand.
Right?
Oh yeah, that's the
Yeah.
way it's supposed to be. That's what that chicks do. But did
Yeah.
But you lived there for a long time, or how
Yes,
did
my
you and Mario
husband-
get there?
Yeah, so Maury and I got married in 70. Can you believe it? It's 49 years. So
Congratulations.
Right.
Wow,
We
really?
met here and then he was in the military. We moved. Finally, he retired in San Diego. We helped his mom for 13 years. And then we got really busy with the Guam Club. And then after the Guam Club is cello organization. That's when we really, oh, I forgot to mention, Linda's dad was a big influence
Oh yeah.
with Mario's project right now, Mario and the cello organization.
Right.
The project is the Sackman.
Right.
Okay, and that's why we come to Guam
That's why
all
I'm
the
here.
time. And that's why she's here.
That's
Because Daddy's not here, so she's here. So that brings us to Guam every year. Aside from, of course, our family and friends, we have our culture. And that's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about, and it's so weird. It's so interesting because the Guam community in like a place like San Diego probably has more Chamorros than anywhere. Is that true? Anywhere on the mainland or anywhere else? It's the big collection.
It is the big collection.
Yeah, and Linda, okay, so Linda, you currently live on Guam, and of course everybody knows her father, the legendary Carlos Taitano. And did you live back and forth between the States and Guam, or have you always lived?
Right when I'm chewing.
I know, sorry, that was perfect timing for me to get her that way, but sorry
I
about
went
that.
to school in New York. I went to college in New York. My first child was born in California. But other than that,
Yeah.
no.
You
I've
al-
always
you-
lived
you
here
always wanted
and
to
just
live on
traveled.
Guam.
Yeah, I always wanted, and I'm not just a half.
Yeah. But you
Just
guys,
traveled,
now
yeah.
did you guys all know each other from back in the day? You and Linda
we know
knew.
each other like you know when we were in high school. younger.
Okay.
And then we went to a reunion in San Francisco, or San Jose one time, and like across the room went, and then, you know.
Oh, okay, the rest is history.
Yeah, she should do that. And that was like 20 years ago, maybe, right?
When a lot of what I know about you guys that I've learned on Facebook, and which is like because you know I don't hang in the same crowd now, so but I
You're busy?
yeah. Well, I mean, but I see how your lives are intertwined, but you're always. There's always an activity before you move to Texas. See, I know this about you, that before you moved to Texas, right? You wanted to be closer to your daughter, right? So you moved to Texas. But when you were in San Diego, you guys created a little Guam.
Oh,
We
yeah.
did. We absolutely did.
Blood, sweat, and tears. We just all,
That's-
you know, we did what we had to do, and it just.
Home away from home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, listen,
We
we're
love
gonna.
it.
We have to take a real quick break, but when we come back, I want to sort of get into how you have created this culture, you know, in a place that's surrounded by other cultures, you know, Mexicans, Caucasian cultures, and of course, you know, every it's a melting pot, that area of Southern California. So, you know, how do you maintain, and what was it like for your children, you know, to be Chamorro, to identify with it, and then never having been here? So we'll talk about that, establishing these relationships with these ladies. Cut'n'Pica is on the menu. We'll take a
yeah.
break so we can
Delicious.
have a little bit. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Something to Talk About. We got a plate full of stuff because, you know, we're ladies. There's no delicate eating here, FYI. Okay, so before we left, I wanted to ask you
And
about.
everything's so good.
It is good, right? The Cut'n'Pica. Joe, you've never had the Cut'n'Pica from
That's
here.
my first time. Really delicious.
And I just learned that Julie's a dunker, so we have to get her coffee. Is that from back in the day?
The
From
DJs, I'm gonna hit that next.
Oh yeah. This, it's called, what is that, Tony? King's Delight?
King's Delight.
Now, he's been ordering it, and I tried it one time. I just freaked out. It's so good. Try it.
so good.
I don't know.
Okay.
just-
It's dessert.
It's dessert.
And I just-
It's like a fried
Only
donut.
is-
And you've got the syrup,
It's
and you've got
warm.
the
If you wanted
And
to,
you just reach over.
sure.
that's okay. You have to reach over. That's
Okay,
how
and
we
then I'll
do
reach
it.
over for mine.
Yeah.
Thank
Okay.
You can
And,
dip
and
that
you've got,
too.
and
Yay,
you've got
right?
the
So what, did you
syrup.
guys, like, you raise kids there, and you raise Chamorro children in the States. How was it that how did they
really
like,
good.
it is good, right? How was
like-
it that they liked, do you want syrup and butter? No. Or no? It just, nothing, okay.
She thinks that
All my
was really-
children have been to Guam. We used to come out every couple
It
of
was very
years.
sweet already.
And you know, as we had them, we would come and all that. And then my husband came out and opened Super Creed on Guam. Then my son came out, worked with him for a year or two, and all that. But
You didn't. Did they
They
ever want
love
to
it.
stay, or could they identify with the
my
culture?
boy stayed for a couple of years. The other two were just, and then my Tracy came out the year. Was it
It was a liberation year.
Liberation, right?
Was that her first time, or when?
Oh, she was Royal Princess, and she was. On
Oh,
the
really?
floor
Royal Princess
For
from
Sons and
Guam?
Daughters.
Oh,
From
oh,
San
from
Diego.
San Diego.
in '94. That's how we met.
Oh, okay.
And how about we came out and then we helped build the float,
Right? It's so cool.
And it was, you know, the dolphins
It was
on
a
the
SeaWorld.
sides,
Yeah.
SeaWorld theme. It was awesome.
That was really
So we
fun.
got to be on that, but then remember how the girls had their gowns, you know, the
rained
secret
so
and everything.
hard.
It's so hot.
The sky, the cloud, and then it just opened up and boom.
Yeah.
It rained
We
so
were
hard.
like, oh my gosh, but it was fun, right?
It was
Yeah.
fun. I love
Yeah.
it.
Did your kids, though, identify with being from Guam? Because your kids look different than other Chamorro kids, right?
Oh, they're
So I tried
Chamorros.
so
Yeah.
hard to get my daughters into the Polynesian dancing since they were 3.
Yeah.
My oldest, Mom, really, Mom? My blue eyes, my blonde hair? Like, yeah. And she's like, no. They ended up tapping jazz all their lives, right? But
Okay.
so, but as far as the culture, the food, my
Oh,
grandchildren, spam and rice.
Spam and rice.
Right, and you know, Linda knows my family because
Yeah.
we stay together when they
Yeah.
visit. But
Go there and stay there.
they love
Easy.
Guam. They love the culture, and
Yeah.
you know, it's just. I guess it's because you raised them like that, and
Yeah.
they're-
Yeah.
you
And it was
grow up-
important to you.
Very important to
Yeah.
me,
And to you,
grow
too,
up.
Joe, huh?
Oh, I love her mama. Her
Oh,
mom.
my
Our
mother.
Mama Rose.
My
she
mother.
is hilarious.
She was a firecracker.
She is
Dynamite.
so fun.
Really? I couldn't tell.
She is so fun.
Oh, yeah. But did you, your kids, when you were when they
I
were
have
raised
no
there-
kids.
Oh, you
They're
have no
my
kids.
children.
Okay, so everybody's your children.
Everybody's my children.
there
And
are-
and I've told her many times she's a perfect
Surrogate
What
mother
surrogate
for
mother?
somebody. Well, you know, that's all heart. you know,
Japanese
it's
students
natural.
and all
Oh,
that.
yeah. Many
Japanese
exchange
students.
students.
But
many.
the thing is that there are a lot of kids that are, like, I notice it, like when I never got to interview your daughter, but when they send over the queen from representing, right? the Guam-
K-57 did.
Yeah.
John Anderson.
Yeah, but this is before I got there, you know, but there were the times that I was there, I would always try to interview them. And what I noticed about these young ladies is that it meant everything to them to be here to
get here.
experience
Oh,
it
yeah.
because they were
Yeah.
told about it and they wanted in some way or another to identify with the culture because they never
want to be
had other than what,
Yeah.
you know, being on the island is much different than
Much different.
sort of creating the atmosphere wherever you are. But it doesn't. I mean, being on the, I guess it's like being in motherland, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something
Right.
there's something about, and it was the identity, because a lot of them would say, you know, people think that I'm Mexican, and
We get that a
yeah,
lot.
yeah, or something else.
Yeah.
That I'm, and then I tell them that I'm from Guam, and they're kind of either they know about it because there are so many, or they don't know anything else, or they don't know anything at all. Yeah,
Right.
and
Right.
so it's and it's important then for them and for you to keep
Yes.
coming back.
Right, especially for them, especially if they've never been to Guam, they really are hungry out there to come here.
Yeah, yeah.
And learn about Guam and step on our land, you know?
Yeah. Have you ever thought about moving back? I mean, is this, or your lives are so, you have children and
No,
grandchildren?
because of the
and-
brown tree snakes.
Oh
my God.
Girl,
You have worse snakes in
I've been
Texas.
there.
I haven't seen one yet, but
It's a lie. Don't worry
girl,
about it.
oh
They're
my
not here.
goodness
There,
gracious.
you know, just go to the
No.
boonies now.
Don't,
They're
well,
not
I
here.
have not seen
I
one.
have not
Well, when I
seen
when I was
one
here
either.
when John was doing the Super League, you know, we were at,
Have you seen one at the house?
we had to move to Nimitz Towers because I said there's a lot of
Boonies?
in Orda, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
and that's
yeah.
where we were, and I was smoking at the time, and I would sit outside, and my feet would be up on the chair like this, and I'm looking at the tree.
Oh my
and,
God.
You know, is
You're
anything
waiting
there?
for them
have
to
a
fall out of the
phobia,
sky.
girl.
But I never saw one, and then
So
yeah.
they're gone.
Just don't go in the
They're
boonies.
gone.
No, because I know someone, a family member, that caught two in his backyard up in Tizen the other
I
day.
know, me
But-
too.
Net.
But
It
have
was
you
very
seen
long.
any
Don't-
at the house?
So it's a hit or
Have you
miss,
seen
right?
it?
It's a hit or miss.
And
God
you're outside
knows-
my house a lot. So.
Yeah, and I'm sitting
Oh, are
at the
they
butt-
at your house?
No. But they've got cats, which is good. That
Oh,
roam
that's
the
good.
neighborhood.
Right.
Cats are just.
So you know he
Well, don't
knows.
feed into the brown
live,
tree snake thing.
Yeah, but
I know,
Of
right?
course, I'm
it's
kidding,
not
but
true.
that's
Nobody's
kind of
gonna
like
come
part of
here.
it.
No.
Yeah.
No, we have to spread the Hoffaday
But
spirit.
seriously,
No, no,
Well, it's too late because you already said brown tree
my
snake.
family that
That's-
are
that's a
here,
myth.
Yeah.
they travel to the mainland a lot, so they always stop and spend
Yeah,
time
yeah,
with
yeah.
us. So there's really no need, and
It's a myth.
And
At
Well,
my
I mean, at a
family.
certain point, I mean, all of your family is there. You've
Yeah.
already had, your life is already settled.
thank you very much.
Yeah.
And now it's about the
She
grandchildren.
keeps coming back and forth anyway.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
what you
I mean,
do,
she's
though. I
here
mean,
right now.
do you guys
I
like
want to come back.
You want to come and move back here? You're here so often that sometimes I,
know.
think that you
Well,
guys have moved back.
We are thinking of purchasing something
Really?
here, so it's half
So when
time
you do
here and
have
half
it.
time there.
Yeah, see, that's cool because
So
you
I
can
really
do
love
that.
that.
Yeah,
Got permit, we can still go, right?
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, the time that you were here when Mario brought over the Sacman, and that was an incredible event.
That was
Festpac.
amazing.
Did you ever come for Festpac? Did you ever get to come?
3
Yeah,
years
I
ago.
was.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Oh, yeah.
She was
okay,
here.
you were here that time.
Oh
We
yeah.
were together.
Yeah.
So is it like
How
these?
about?
How can
Oh,
we
never
miss
mind.
it? We can't
What?
miss it.
What?
I know there's some things we can say and some we can't.
You
So
cannot.
we're trying to
really?
mind our P's
Until
and Q's.
afterwards.
I know.
Oh, you're gonna tell me off when we're having a glass of wine?
Offline, please.
What you really want to say?
Yes.
Okay, but when you come back
Sam.
here, you come back for these big events.
Yes.
Okay, what is it about the big events that you just because you're
Well, it's like
well, it's a party.
It's a big
yeah,
party.
and it's like a bonus, You come for
Oh,
that,
yeah, okay.
and then you get there again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Family, friends, and checking out
Isn't
the
it
island.
hard though?
what's
Because
new.
you know when people come back from the mainland like that and they have a lot of family. Where's your book?
Oh my gosh, where is my book?
Tell me about how she has to now keep her
You're gonna die.
social schedule.
My nephew Marvin yesterday had to take a picture of this thing because this is what I started out with.
Oh God. Oh my
I
goodness.
I'm
gracious.
writing over appointments. I'm right.
Like things you're not going to go to?
No,
Wow.
like on the same day.
I have to call Antifina and tell her I'm
on
at the pool.
On the same day, so you're trying to squeeze it
Oh,
all in.
okay.
She got
So
arrows
the
on
other
her
day,
back.
she gave.
Wait, can I see what's on it,
She
though?
gives me this, and it's all
Oh.
meeting. It's all meeting people
people
and
there.
friends and family.
Oh, this is going
Lunch,
to go in like
dinner.
your thing. Oh, cool.
So you're in here for today. But,
Oh, I made the book.
but I can see. I can see you.
That's
in
pretty
here.
cool that you can, then you can.
Oh
you
my
can-
gosh. Otherwise,
She's trying
Do
to
you have
go
one of
there.
these, Joe?
No, I have iPhone.
look, see, there you are, look.
Okay.
There
I
you
use
are.
my
Oh, there I am.
calendar.
Okay.
There's
All right.
Shore Village, there's Hop, and things I have to buy there, and lunch, dinner.
So my
Dancing
girlfriend.
at-
Do you guys gain weight when you
so
come
my
back?
girlfriend.
Dancing at Roots and all these places,
So my girlfriend's iPhone cannot work here. Can somebody please help her out?
Oh yeah, ask you if you got a SIM or something for Guam.
Well, Annette said, oh, maybe I shouldn't say that. Annette said, I don't
Annette
need
said
one
what?
really because
Yes,
I'll
you
lose
do.
my San Diego contacts.
No,
and
you
all
never
this
will.
stuff, so.
Oh, okay.
You never
don't
will.
But you know what? It was funny because
swear.
yesterday
Yeah?
I was at this one store and
Stop listening to everybody.
I had to call my daughter to find out, is this what you want? Da, 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 da. And
do they
so
want?
there was no Wi-Fi. So I asked the guy, do you have Wi-Fi? He goes, yeah, we do, but I don't know the password. Oh. I'm like,
What
okay,
is this? What is your? Is this
Well,
you?
I don't either.
Okay.
But
That's you.
What does your daughter want?
But
What
I-
does she want? What do you think?
okay, my
hotspot
daughter's
her.
my Catholic, very Catholic girl, so I had to go to the religious store. And every time I'm in Guam, she makes rosaries and stuff like that.
Oh, that's
you know.
Those are beautiful.
Wow. Well, I don't know if
But
I'm
yeah.
grateful that we only have a minute left in this conversation, or if I'm sad to see you go. But this has been the highlight of my day. I've got to tell you.
Isn't it
so neat.
great?
When old friends from years ago, and all of us ladies
And I
have.
haven't seen you. I've seen you, but I
I
haven't
know,
sat
and
as
I'm
long
so
with you.
glad that we had a
Yeah.
chance to do this. So thank you, man. Thank
Oh,
you for
thank you for
working
having
me
us,
in. It's such a
Patty.
loss.
Thank you.
I really
Thank
wanted
you for the
people to.
inviting.
I'm here under duress.
She's stuck in the middle for.
All
right. Happy Liberation
There's
Day.
a reason why she's in the
Viva
middle.
Guam.
Viva Guam, Viva Liberacion.
See you next time.
Adios.